Hi, my name is Mike Feinstein. I'm a member of the Green Party of California and an advisor to the International Committee of the Green Party of the United States. I'm here in Bali, Indonesia as part of the United Nations Framework on Climate Change Convention with the Global Green Delegation of more than 40 Green Party elected officials and other party representatives from around the planet trying to positively impact the negotiations here. I just came out of a press conference of the United States government delegation here, and while I was disappointed, I can't say that I wasn't surprised. The kind of hypocrisy that we're used to hearing out of the United States government with the Bush administration continued. At the beginning of the talk, when journalists challenged the US delegation on why they weren't willing to come forward and, like some of the other industrialized countries here, say, okay, yes, we are willing to make strong climate emission reduction commitments, they said, oh, we're really trying to build consensus and we want to hear a consensus for all the countries here, and it would be premature for us to come out and go ahead and say that we're going to be for some sort of specific target or even in favor of having specific targets. Later, in the same press conference, the US delegation then said, well, we're really here showing leadership, and what needs to happen is the other countries need to get in line behind us and listen and do what we're telling them to do because we're doing the right thing. It was mind-boggling and really emblematic of the kind of unilateralism of the Bush administration that we've been hearing for years in the United States and obviously in places like Iraq. One of the other very disturbing things that has been going on during this process is the draft text for this negotiation has been including the concept of a 25 to 40% emission reduction by 2020 among the industrialized powers on this planet. The United States is trying to strike that language, and traditionally they've had other powerful industrialized countries that have gone along with them. But now that Australia has had a change in government, they haven't been along for the ride. And as of today, the language of having a 25 to 40% reduction was still there, something very positive. However, that being said, looking forward, the United States has been organizing a group called the Major Economies of the World, 17 of the largest economies across the planet, and they've been holding parallel discussions about coming up with their own target on climate change. Now, the United States has said as part of the G8+5 process that they are committed to the United Nations process, and all this talk about consensus suggests that the United States, supposedly, if we can take them at their word, is trying to be part of a global consensus to come up with a global plan, because obviously, unless we have a global plan, we're really not going to deal with climate change. At the same time, this major economies process suggests what the U.S. is really trying to do is to divide and conquer, get those nations who don't want to change their economies, who want to have fewer emissions, less targets, longer timelines, and that they're not really participating in the larger picture with the other countries here at the UN. So I just have to say that I can't wait until the administration is changed in January 2009, and if we can elect a Green president at that time, maybe the United States can join the family of other nations and truly honor our Mother Earth by dealing with climate change in a way that has justice and sustainability.